All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's Kei. So let's start live today. This is Friday on the 15th of April, 2022. So happy Friday, everyone. Great to see you here. So yeah, let's start the analysis with Ichimoku on these charts. So let me switch the screen. All right. And as a quick disclaimer, as usual, as always, this live stream is basically all based on my own experience. So when you take a trade, please do with the risk management. And also, since this is live, if you can please follow the guidelines and rules, that would be great. And also, there are recently so many scammers out there using my name, creating their fake accounts, and spamming others. So if you see them, please be careful. I don't use any Telegram, I don't have Instagram, no Facebook, and I never send direct messages to anyone. So please be careful. Okay, so yeah, let's see who's here. Thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you, as always. All right, I can see Alex FX. Thank you for joining. Great to see you. And Carwan and Subash and Dirk. Good to see you. And Agbola and Mahardika and Kush, Titus and Buddha, Roman. Thank you for joining. And Sulaiman and Titus. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Rosh and Oscar, Ivan, Mahesh and MK, Kevin and Chike and everybody else. Thank you for joining. Great to see you too. All right, so today I will check some charts in Forex, in gold, and some other markets and see what's happening right now. So today there's bank holiday and markets are a bit quiet, but I see some trends in the market. So let me just share my view. But you don't have to trade today. You don't have to trade, but you can just prepare trading for next week. And if you listen this live stream in that mind, I think that will be great. Okay, so let me start from this Forex pairs. I've seen a couple pairs trending right now. So I see Euro JPY is trending up based on my strategy. So if you're new to my channel, I see some new members here. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Kei, and I am a Japanese Forex trader. And I use Ichimoku Kinkohyo to capture which market is trending and which market is ranging. And simply, I look at the Kumo and Kijun Sen situations. Simply, when Kumo is bullish and Kijun Sen is bullish, that's a bull market. Simply, when it's bearish, that's a bear market. And more precisely, I look at the Senko Span B. Senko Span B is one of the lines on the Kumo. In the up Kumo, its lower part is called Senko Span B. And the Senko Span B is, in this case, is flat. But also, I look at the Senko Span A. Senko Span A is bullish. That's also a good confirmation for the bullish trend. And here, I can see that the Senko Span A is angle up. And also Kijun Sen angle is also up. So this green one is called Kijun Sen. So simply speaking, this is bullish market. And that's why I mark here as red, Euro JPY in the daily time frame. So like this, I screen the pairs, all the pairs, see if which one is uptrending, downtrending, and I only focus on these trending pairs on that day. So yeah, so once again, Euro JPY is bullish because Senko Span A is up and Kijun Sen is up. And also for extra confirmation, I look at the Chikou Span. Chikou Span needs to be above the candles for this uptrend. So that's also a confirmation too. And if you are also new to my channel, if you can please come to my webpage and hover over on free download and KTS trading strategy, then you can access to the web page where you can find all the information of my strategy. So you can have a free download PDF and you can watch my video for my overview of my strategy. So just feel free to come here and download first and then join my everyday lives and videos. So coming back to the market, Euro JPY is bullish now. So the market is near resistance, but I expect the market breaks resistance and keeps going up in this way. Yeah, so that's one. And also Euro CAD is also bearish. You can see that the Kumo angles, Senko span A is bearish, Junsen angle is also bearish, and plus the market has been resisted by the Tenkan-sen, so I expect the market break support and continuously go down. But this breakout support may not happen today. It may happen, next week sometime. So most likely I won't be in a trade today on this one. And Chikou span is also below the candles. This is also nice confirmation for this downtrend. And then USD-JPY. Yeah, so USD-JPY has been bullish nicely also. So we can continue to monitor this one. Kumo is bullish, Kijun-sen is bullish, and Chikou span above candles. So I expect the market goes up continuously. And if you wonder how far the market may go up, you can actually use the price theory of Ichimoku. If you want to master Ichimoku, then and if you want to set target by Ichimoku, then you can always use the price theory. So simply I have price theory already placed here. So there are 4 targets in price theory, 4 basic targets. Actually, there's more. There are more price targets, but basically there are 4, like this NT and V and N and E calculations. So the market is up and it may reach to one of these targets is my expectation. In this case, I can see that V and NT are very close. So I expect the market will reach there and it could retrace backwards. But that's the potential target in between 128.08 and 128.93 is the rough target. It is up. So yeah, so that's the USD-JPY. It's bullish continuously. And then there's a time cycles too. But yeah, if you're new to Ichimoku, I don't want to get so much details at first because it might confuse someone. So, but you can also use time cycles, and Henkabi are going to be on the 5th of May and 11th of May. So the market may continue to be bullish until around the 5th of May is the expectation for this analysis. That's the USD-JPY. So, and then I'm finding Pound JPY is also bullish. Yeah, so Pound JPY is also bullish in simply because the Kumo is bullish, Senko span A up, Senko span B is also up, and Kijun-sen angle is bullish, Tenkan-sen is also bullish, and Chikou span above candles, so that's bullish. And yeah, so the market also broke the resistance. The previous resistance level was here at 164.65, and it's breaking the resistance. So if the market closes above that level today, then from next week onwards, I expect the market goes up. Pound yen is obviously a nice market to watch today or next week. And then I have also AUD-CAD. AUD-CAD on the 4-hour chart was bearish, but now it's flat. I can see that the Kumo down, the Kijun-sen is now flat, but the market has been nicely resisted by the Tenkan-sen. So in the short term, I think this is bearish. As long as market is below the Tenkan-sen, we can continuously look for the selling edge. So that's yeah, that's AUD-CAD. And also in this pair, what's nice also is that because there was a dead cross on below the Kumo, dead cross of Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen below Kumo, which means that continuous trend, downtrend. So that also means that this is continuously downtrending. So yeah, the market could go down continuously. Okay, so that's also one of the good points about this market. You know, this dead cross above Kumo is not really trustable. Simply here, you can find, speaking of the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen cross, like after the market broke the Kumo bullish, it has been up, and then the market retraces, and then you can find the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross here. But this dead cross happens above the Kumo, and that means, in this dead cross, that means this is the end of uptrend, simply. It's the end of uptrend, so if you're holding the buy, then you better exit when you see this dead cross above the Kumo. But in this dead cross below Kumo, this means the continuation of the downtrend. So they are exactly different, totally different. So this is bearish continuously, and I expect it goes down continuously this way. But once again, today is quiet market, so I don't think it's going to happen today. Most likely sometime next week, the breakout could happen. Yeah. All right, thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you once again. I can see some comments now. Alfonso says, one doubt, what does it mean Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen are overlapping, doing an inline line? So like here. Yeah, sometimes you see Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen exactly overlap and together like this. And this is, Tenkan-sen shows the short-term market momentum. Kijun-sen shows the mid-term market momentum. So when they exactly overlap, that means both the short-term and mid-term are exactly in line and they are exactly overlapping. So in this case, both the short-term and mid-term are exactly downtrending with the same momentum. That's what it means. So Kijun-sen is a short-term and Tenkan-sen is short-term, Kijun-sen is mid-term, and Senko span B is a long-term. So there are three terms in Ichimoku Kohyo. And you can read at a glance how the market is in the momentum, and there's three different terms. So yeah, so that's the AUD-CAD. So because but now it's not downtrending, I will just take out the flag. And also CAD-JPY in the daily chart is also bullish continuously. So I also expect it goes up towards that direction. So because Kumo Senko span B is bullish, Senko span A is also up, angles up, and also Kijun-sen is up, and Tenkan-sen is also bullish, Chikou span above candles. And on this chart also, the market has been supported by the Tenkan-sen previously. So as long as it's above Tenkan-sen, it's bullish. So I expect the market goes up continuously in the long term. Okay, Suresh says, can you explain how you arrive at the targets? You can set the alert on the target, and once the alert triggers, come back and you can decide take profit or not. Okay. Can you walk through the targets and time cycles? Yeah, I will do that if I have time today, later, but let me screen the charts first and just give my overview on these trending markets. Kevin says, I have still not been able to join a community. The join button has refused to appear on my screen after all the updates I did. How else can you help? Oh, if you can't see the join button to join my Ichimoku community, then maybe you have already referred it, but you can go services, Ichimoku community, and how to join. You can click on how to join, and you can find some tips in case you can't find a join button. So yeah, it's not really available in the mobile, so you have to be able to access from the PC. But if you can't still see the join button, most likely that will be due to the regional restrictions. So you might have to use a VPN to see that. But you can watch this video, and please watch this video first, and you might be able to find some solutions over here. So yeah, so let me come back to trading view and continue. I will just also mention two pairs. CAD Swiss franc is bullish also because Kumo's up and Kijun Sen is bullish and Chikou span above candles. So if you only look at the price action, this looks to be flat range because the highs are not really higher and there was a range market basically. It's range. So this is range, no direction. But what is good about Ichimoku is that you can capture whether the buyer is dominant or seller is dominant in a range market. And you can tell by the angles of Senko span BA and Kijun Sen. Simply when they move, that means in a range market, there are more buyers and sellers. So we can expect it breaks resistance and continuously bullish. So I like to buy before the breakout happens so that once it breaks the daily or major resistance, it goes up fast and that's time efficient to make profits. So that's actually one of also my strategies to capture or to buy or sell before the major breakout happens. And yeah, I tend to get these huge pips by expecting the breakouts. So that's Swiss franc is also bullish right now. And lastly, Swiss franc JPY is also bullish right now. Yeah, Swiss franc JPY, Kumo is bullish. And Kijun Sen angle is technically also up in bullish. And the market is now above the Tenkan Sen. Yesterday, it broke the Tenkan Sen bearish, but now today, it is actually above the Tenkan Sen. So that means from short to mid to long term, buyers start to be dominant. So this is also the confirmation for the market to potentially goes up in this way. Chikou span is also nicely bullish too. That's also very good. Yeah, so that's the Forex pairs analysis for now that I see these trending markets. So yeah, oh, Tick says, can you check pound USD? Yeah, pound USD is, oops, okay, it is. Pound USD in the daily chart is still a bit ranging because Kumo Senko span BA flat. I mean, talking about the angle of this one, because this is Senko span B, angle is flat. And over here is Senko span A, and the angle of the A is also flat. And Kijun Sen is also flat, and Chikou span is touching too. So this is range. So it may break the trend line and goes back to Kumo, or it breaks the support and goes down, and we can't really tell which way it's going. So my view is to stay away. But in the range market, in the descending P wave, or descending triangle, in price action wise, when you see this structure, this is also showing that there are more sellers than buyers ever since the beginning of the March, sellers are dominant than the buyers because of these resistances. But when you see Kijun Sen Kumo flat, that means buyers and sellers 50-50. So when you continuously see the Kijun Sen Kumo flat, that means it may break the trend line and reverse back to either Kijun Sen, or once it breaks, it could go all the way back to single span A Kumo. So that might be the case. So in this case, also in a range market, I also wait until Kijun Sen angle becomes down and single span A or B down. And Chikou span also needs to be below the candles so that the sellers become dominant. And then I prepare to sell. If this happens before the breakout of the support, I don't mind selling it before. But if it happens after, then I can also look for the sell chance afterwards. But yeah, for now it's range, so better to stay away. My view. Okay, Titus says, can we use that kind of analysis to get in the market in the 5-minute? Yeah, my entries are in the 5-minute chart, and I use the price actions and also some other indicators. But yeah, you can actually apply that too. Yeah, right. William, thank you for joining. Great to see you here too. All right, Holman says, Dear Kay, could you please tell us about your performance in the year 2018 or maybe 2019, a year which your performance decreased to about 30%, and what was your reaction? Sure, I think I will talk about that topic in some other live or video. Yeah, because for today, I want to focus on the analysis, but yeah, I will do that some other day, some other time. The suggestion, let me just take a memo so that I don't forget this comment. Okay, Sayros says, hello Mr. K, I like your teaching. Do you have a video tutorial on price action, specifically pin bar, doji, for purpose of market entry exit edge? Yes, I do. You can find, you can go to my YouTube, go to the playlist, and you can find the price action videos. You can find that there too. Yeah, so before I master Ichimoku, I mastered price action. And after I mastered price action, then I had better understanding of Ichimoku. So before I mastered price action, I knew about the Ichimoku, but I wasn't really understanding fully that deeply. So because price action knowledge helped me a lot to understand Ichimoku Kinko Hyo also. And that's why I use it in my entry edge in a 5-minute. Yeah, all right. Okay, Wait says, would we help if you could cover Bitcoin, please? All right, let me check the BTC. It's going down in the 4-hour chart. I just checked it earlier, but let me check right now. So yeah, here is Bitcoin, and this is a daily time frame. The market is retraced backwards all the way ever since the 29th of March. And now it's about to break the Kumo. So once the market breaks Kumo, most likely it continuously go down is the Ichimoku analysis. And because we already had the dead cross of Tenkan Kijun Sen, and once again, this means that this is the end of uptrend. The end of uptrend happened, and then Chikou span break already happens here. Chikou span comes below the candles, is a breakout. And then here, Kumo breakout is about to happen. So once it breaks, the market could continuously go down this way to the previous support. And also, I was talking about the forecast lines. And if you don't know about the forecast lines, you can also search the YouTube forecast lines. I mean forecast, not the forecast, like forecast, like a weather forecast. Forecast line, Forexkei, and you can find many videos previously. but so these two lines, these two yellow lines are called forecast lines, and the end of the forecast lines is the 22nd April. So if the market is below the forecast lines on the 22nd April, then it may go down continuously. And if it goes within the forecast lines, within the Kumo Senko span AB, then most likely it will be range for the next couple of days or month. But if it comes above the forecast lines for some reason on the 22nd of April, then most likely it will be bullish. So yeah, we have to wait until 22nd April. But for now, I think sell will be the right call because it's downtrending in the short term. And especially when you see the Kumo breakout in the daily time frame, then I think that will also be a good selling edge. Yeah, so let me go down to the 4 hour. So as you can see here, 4 hour chart shows a stably bearish market. If this were Forex, then I would look for the selling edge. Kumo has been nicely downtrending, and currently Kijun Sen is flat, but Chikou span still below the candles, and the market has been resisted by the Kijun Sen once and twice before. So as long as it's below Kijun Sen, it's bearish. But I don't trade Bitcoin, I don't trade any cryptos, I only trade Forex. So it's just my view. So yeah, if this for the Forex pair, then I will obviously look for the selling edge. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, Nejanos, thank you for joining. You see here, and he says, can you check XAU? All right, so XAU USD gold. Let me check the daily first. All right, so here is the daily time frame. In daily chart, it still looks to be range because the Kumo flat, Senko span A is retraced backwards, and Senko span B flat. The whole Kumo has been flat, so this is range. Yeah, and Kijun Sen is pointing down, Tenkan Sen is flat, Chikou span has been overlapping, crossing, so this is basically range. However, one thing was that the forecast lines. At the end of the forecast lines on XAUUSD was on the 12th of April, and the market landed above the forecast lines. So in the long term, this is now bullish. But to be safer, we want to wait until the market breaks the resistance and also Kijun Sen here, 1981.56, breakout to buy. And I expect most likely happens sometime next week. Not today, but next week it could happen. So once it happens, I will look for the buy chance. Yeah, I haven't been able to trade the gold for a long time because it was spiky and it was a bit tricky market. So I preferred to stay in Forex. But once it breaks the resistance, then I will start to buy gold. And you will see that on my future lives and videos. Okay, and Hide says, could you kindly check WTI oil, please? All right, let me check the US oil, crude oil, and this is daily chart. Also, looks like the market just broke the descending trend line, which I was mentioning previously. Descending trend line has been broken bullish, but again, Kumo situation is now a bit bearish. Kumo has twisted bearish, and Senko span A is down. Kijun Sen is also down. Chikou span is with the candles. So this is range to bearish. So it may go down continuously. This is not a good timing to buy yet, is my view. Yeah, I think we better keep this descending trend line. So there is a Senko span B level here. So the market may be supported by the Senko span B within the Kumo and continuously goes up this way. But you can't buy in the Kumo because it will be very tricky. It's like I used to say, the candles are like the airplanes, and Kumo is like the storm in the airplane, for the airplane. So whenever you see the market, the airplane goes into the storm, the lower time frames become spiky, and you might see some shake, on the airplane. On the way from Japan to Dubai, there was some, shake in the airplane in the storm, and that was very scary. But that's what's happening in the Kumo. So when you see the market is in the Kumo, I don't recommend you to trade. So better to stay away until it breaks Kumo. And also Chikou span should be above the Kumo by then. So that will be a good buying edge. But for now, it may range in the Kumo, or it may break the Kumo bearish again and continuously go down. So this is not a good timing, but because this is range, no direction, so we can't really tell which way it's going. Alright, thank you for joining everybody. I can see many comments. Good to see you here. Alright, JY, thank you for joining. And Chopin, good to see you from Japan, okay? Thank you for joining. Yeah, glad to see someone from Japan. I'm not in Japan anymore, but always nice to see comments. Alright, Milos says, currently running 31 pips on USDJPY, and I'm holding with the hope it goes higher once volatility comes back by Monday. Maybe. Yeah, USDJPY is too bullish in the daily time frame, so you can keep holding. Make sure you see the break even before weekend. Yeah, like this, it has been bullish, so the market could go up to this target, V or NT target, in between 128.08 and 128.9. So yeah, that's the target potentially, this one. Gold Scalping says, hello my friend, great content, just joined recently and learning Ichimoku from you. Oh, thank you for joining. Welcome here on board. Yeah, in my Ichimoku community, I provide so many information about Ichimoku. And since March, I started to do 3 times live stream for members only, and give my opinions and thoughts about the markets and reply questions. So I hope you continue enjoying the journey. Alright, wait, you're welcome here. And Arnold-san, thank you for joining. Great to see you. Soel says, okay, so these price actions, which time to follow this? You better take the daily to follow. Daily time frame is always a rule. So you can practice in the daily and apply the strategies in the daily time frame. Ichimoku also is effective in the daily time frame, but not the lower time frame. Like if you go down to the 5-minute chart, technically you can see the Ichimoku lines in the 5, and you can capture there's a Kumo breakout or Chikou span breaks. But since 5-minute chart is too low, and it's a bit spiky market, it oftentimes gives you some fake signals by Ichimoku. So I don't recommend you to use Ichimoku in such a lower time frame. But price action works. Price action does work in the lower time frame too, and that's why I also use that in the 5-minute chart. But I would say, in terms of time frames, I would say, daily chart works the best in the indicators, in price action, and all other technical confirmations. All right. Yeah, thank you for joining. All right. Elias says, within the community, do you also talk about your entry method? In Ichimoku community, I don't really, because, so hold on, I have 2 communities. One is, if you're new to my channel, there is Ichimoku community. This is monthly subscription. You can find all the details on the below description and what you can expect. This Ichimoku community, I share my my knowledge of Ichimoku mainly from the original books. As per requests, I reply and comment and answer some of the entries, exits, my strategies. But the main topic on the Ichimoku community is to master Ichimoku by itself. But for the GTS, this is my hands-on teaching, and I teach full strategy of mine for 3 months up to 5 members in the group. And here I share my entries and exits and these logics behind. So these are a bit two different concepts in the communities. All right. Yeah, good to see you. Muchino Frank, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. All right, Long says, Kei, did you mention Euro USD in today's live? Not yet. Not really deeply yet, so let me check. Euro USD. Going back to the daily time frame. Okay, so here is a daily chart. It's breaking the support, but Kijun Sen is flat. So this is still a bit ranging. So it may be supported by here, and it could go up back to Kijun Sen. And this yellow line is from the monthly trend line. Whenever you see charts, you have to also bigger picture and break it down to the lower time frames. So here is a monthly supports once, twice, and 3 times, and now it's here. So yeah, the market may be supported by this and goes up too, unless daily chart Kijun Sen turns bearish. If daily Kijun Sen turns bearish, then it might break the line bearish, and it could continuously go down because it broke the monthly trend line. But as long as it's flat Kijun Sen and Chikou span is close to candles, it may reverse, come back to Kijun Sen, and once the market breaks Kijun Sen, then it could go back to Kumo Senko span A or B, and then it may continuously goes up, retrace. So this is the time to stay away. We can't really execute trades right here. It may be a fake out and retrace. But you can't buy here yet. I used to buy here because simply monthly trend line, and also looking like this is double bottom. So I used to buy when I see these price action lines. But sometimes I fail. And if I fail, I lose very big. Because this is a breakout of the major key level. So I used to lose big when I take a buy. So I decided not to do it. So I always identify the major directions and follow that direction. If there is no direction, then simply I would stay away. And in this case, since there is no directions, I simply stay away. I don't really expect the market goes up from here or the market breaks bearish. I will simply stay away. Okay, let's see. Next comment is Rajan. He says, Kei sir, could you tell me if candles are above the conversion line and below the cloud and then becomes golden cross, can we buy there? If you see gold cross above Kumo, then yes, you can buy. Gold cross Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen above Kumo, then that will be a good timing to buy, or good timing to look for the buy chance. Yeah, or simply if you're using the single time frame, let's see here too, there was a Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen dead cross below Kumo. So this is also a sign of the continuation downtrend. So you could sell when you see this, and you have to exit once market breaks Tenkan Sen. That should be on strategy. Always you have to think about when to exit, when to be away, when to escape from the markets without huge losses along the way. The scenario is very important. Yeah. Okay, let's see. XZT says, which time frame is good for trade for beginners? I would say the daily time frame is the best. Daily time frame or even the weekly is also good because yeah, you don't see any fakes. I don't really recommend to trade in a 5 or 15 or even 1 minute. That will be too tricky for the beginners. And that was my mistake also. Yeah, when I first got into Forex, I thought if I trade by the 5-minute chart, exit by the 5-minute chart, I have more opportunities than the daily time frame. I thought if I have more opportunities in the lower time frames, then I thought I can make more profits than taking the daily time frame to trade. But it was my mistake because more opportunities doesn't always mean that more profits in Forex. More opportunities mean that sometimes it means more losses. So yeah, and that was very tricky, basically, a 5-minute chart. Well, back then, I didn't have enough knowledge about the price actions or any other knowledges, so I was a newbie. But even now, I think it's a bit tricky. So it's yeah, better start from a daily chart and break it down to the lower time as you get comfortable more and more. My advice. Okay, let's see. JY says, I sent you email requesting about the GTS, but you haven't replied. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you send me again? Because I don't think I have received email from you. I have replied all the emails so far, but yeah, I don't think I received any. So if you can please send me again, that would be great. Yeah, usually I reply emails within 3 days. But if you don't receive my message within 3 days, then please send me again. So yeah, in terms of the GTS, there are 2 seats available still. So if you're interested, just let me know. Let's see. Levi says, first live show for me, very enjoyable always. Cheers from Korea. Oh, thank you for joining from Korea. Good to see you also. Right? It must be nighttime already. All right, Marcus, thank you for joining. And Lung says, thank you for your sharing, sir. Have a nice weekend. Welcome here for joining. Suresh says, where do you buy on Euro USD? So I would buy on Euro USD if the market goes up. First, I have to see the breakout of the Kumo. And then Kumo should twist bullish. Kumo should twist bullish. And Chikou span needs to be above the candles. And then prepare to buy afterwards. Yeah, that will be my buying timing. That will also be the neckline of the double bottom. So that will also be a nice trading edge. Once the market breaks the neckline, the market could go up continuously bullish. So that will be the scenario. Until that happens, I simply wait. And if I say this, then you might think, so don't you feel you missed the pips here? And I say no, because I show this line, straight line up, but most likely it won't happen. What can happen is that the market goes range. It may test one more, and then goes up and down in the range, and eventually it breaks bullish like this way. And we never know how many days it takes for this to happen, to be able to buy. And I don't want to be in the trade in the whole time in the range market or losses. So because this is not really time efficient to make profits. You want to buy or sell and afterwards you want the market to go towards your direction stably. If it doesn't go stably like this, then you don't want to be in the trade. Because time efficiency is also a very important key to success. And so, but if you can wait until the market breaks the neckline and buy, because of this confirmation, there might be more buyers afterwards. And if you can ride on the trend along with the other buyers, then you can expect the market goes up more smoothly, and you can earn profits in shorter time than buying in a range market. So that's why I would buy after that confirmation. So yeah, I think that's also a very important key. So it doesn't matter how many trades you take, it doesn't matter how many hours you screen charts. It doesn't relate to profits over time. You can only make profits only when the market goes towards the direction, and that's it. So probability-wise, if you can capture the timing where the market goes towards the direction in higher probability, and that's when you have to trade. Yeah, otherwise, you better stay away. My advice. And this is much different, almost opposite from what we have learned in the school or in the workplace. In a workplace school, as you study more, then you can get more, higher score in the tests. Or when you work more, then you will get more earnings, more profits, more earnings, incomes. And also, when you make more, then you can gain more. It's basically our conditioning in the world, but it doesn't apply in the trading world. It's almost totally opposite. So you have to change your mindset. Otherwise, it may be difficult to get success in the long run. Okay, I see. All right, thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you. Let me continue to check some other comments now. Angchuk says, is 25 EMA and 50 SMA in hourly chart beneficial? How psychology is important in trading? I don't use EMA or SMA, so I'm not sure. I only use Ichimoku, so I can't answer with that question. But definitely psychology is important. You might have to deal with the FOMO, fear of missing out. You might think the market always goes against your direction whenever you trade. That might also be psychology. You have to change mindset. Or let's see, like whenever you're away from charts, you might think the market is always going, always trending, and when you monitor, the market is quiet. You might think like that also, and that's also psychology. Okay, Parag says, can you talk a little bit about how to use Ichimoku if I can check charts only once a day? Yeah, if you can, even if you check charts once a day, sometimes I do once a day only, but you can screen the pairs just like I do. With my strategy, KTS, you can again come to my web page and over free download the KTS and come to this page and simply follow this method, and it saves time for screening chart. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you. Kareem, thank you for joining first time from UAE. All right, to see you here. Okay, Homan says, on Euro USD, don't you look in 4-hour chart for buying chance? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm only talking about the daily time frame. But, so this is a bit advanced and multiple time frames, how I enter the market. in the daily chart, it's flat, and this is near support, but the Kijun-sen flat, so it may break support, or it may go back to Kijun-sen, we are not sure. So in this case, we can go down to the lower time frame. So let me check the 4-hour chart. Okay, in the 4-hour chart, still this is range, so we can't buy, but the Kumo breakout and Kumo twist, Kumo twist would look like this. So Kumo twist, and also Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen gold cross, and also Chikou span break can happen earlier than it happens in a daily time frame. So once it happens, I can prepare to buy. Or even you can go down to 1 hour, because 1 hour chart is even lower time frame. And if you see 1 hour start to move up, like Kumo twist bullish, and Kijun-sen turns bullish, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen gold cross happens, Chikou span above candles, and the price itself breaks the Kumo. When you see this, you can get ready to buy, because 1 hour started to be bullish. And if the market keeps going up this way in 1 hour, then sooner or later, 4-hour chart start to be bullish, and then the daily chart start to be bullish too. So if you lower the time frame, you can get the quicker entry edge this way. However, like I mentioned previously, lower time frames can be spiky, so it may reverse soon. So you have to have a good risk management to be able to get in by 1 hour. Okay, so Suresh Pereira says, great explanation on Euro USD. So you don't buy at all when price in range. Need a lot of patience when you are able to see trends on the lower time frame. Yes, exactly. That's what I just mentioned right now. Daily chart is flat, but if I see uptrend in the lower time frames, I can still take that. But I don't monitor the chart all day. I never do that. Yeah, I say myself as a full-time trader because this is my main source of income, but it doesn't mean I trade all day. It never means that. I take less timing in screening chart, less timing in monitoring a chart, and take the most profit from the market. And that is my strategy. Tomorrow says, do you have any specific videos on the price theory? Yes, I do. You can search again price theory Forexkei, and you must be able to find many videos previously, videos and lives previously. In workplace, it doesn't happen more money in spite of more work. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate, right? Yeah. More work, then same money, same wage. Milo says, I really see the importance of using a strategy you trust yourself to use, as it can make the difference between making you anxious while losing or staying calm. Exactly. Yeah, because a belief, I don't want to use the word belief on anything. Like sometimes people say, I believe Ichimoku, I believe this strategy, I believe this is going up or down. But I don't want to use the word belief, because the belief only comes within yourself. And you can believe yourself, but you can't believe something else, is my mindset. And to be able to believe in yourself, the strategy, you have to practice, and you have to see the reality in numbers. Let's say you backtest 100 times, and if your performance is very good, like profit factor 5, and the win rate can be 40%, But if you get the return of like let's say 20% return out of 100 trades, then you prove it. You prove it. You have proved that your system works. And then you apply on other market and you prove it again. And this is the only way to create confidence. I think all the other things are kind of illusion. Like whenever, even if I say my strategy works, even if I show my performance, even if I show how good I am in trading, how many pips I gain, how many profit I gain per monthly basis, it's all like illusion to you because you are not taking that trade. Because I took the trade, so I trust myself and I share my knowledge and information in the markets. But it's really you that you have to see the reality numbers. And I think that's the only way to build confidence in trading or over time. And I think this is true on anything you do. Basically, if you want to master something, then first you gain knowledge from books or videos in practice. But after all, the belief or the trust should come from yourself. So I think the question is whether you can keep practicing until you become confident. Most likely, people drops because they lose confidence along that journey. Okay, Cyrus says, Mr. K, do you calculate the Ichimoku price observation targets manually, or do you have an indicator for that calculations for you? Oh, so yeah, these targets, these drawings, you mean? The price theory and time cycles, these are all done manually. And it doesn't take long. This is so simple. If you know the formula, it's so simple. So simply I count the candles in between like this manually, and I take these A, B, C, and D points as these targets manually and draw the lines manually. Yeah, it doesn't take long. It takes only maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes to do this. So I don't have to use specific calculator, specific indicator to draw these. Yeah, and I recommend everybody to do it manually, because if you do it manually, then that's how you can understand the reasons behind, and that's how you can see the powerfulness of these theories. David Johnson says, Kay, are you planning to trade cryptos in the future? If I may be cheeky and ask how long in the future you expect to do so. At this moment, I'm not sure whether I will trade cryptos or not. Yeah, I prefer to be in the Forex for now because the cryptos are, yeah, still unknown to me. But I'm studying cryptos. I read articles, what's happening behind. But it's just that I have to catch up this information more. And right now, I don't have time to catch up all the information, what's happening in cryptos. So I just read the regular news, but that's it. I don't have enough knowledge to be able to trade the cryptos yet. Joel says, which target the most effective according to price theory, B or N targets? So the idea of Ichimoku is to monitor the chart. Let's say the market reaches N target, and if it reverses, then N target was true. But if it breaks and goes down to V target and reverse, then V target was true. But if the market breaks both N and V and goes down to E target, then E target is true. So there's no most effective targets on this. We have to monitor the chart as it goes on and how the market will be respecting on these targets and decide what to do. Yeah, Rajan says, do you believe in God? Oh, that's a very deep question. I think I will discuss it on my second channel. This is not a place to talk about that. Prefer to stick to Forex or trading related topics for now. David says, the price theories targets are so accurate. Yeah. Sometimes they are with the support resistance. I think it was on the Euro USD. If you can zoom out all the way, B and N targets, I think that was way back in the support from the 2017 February, March, or even back to like 2015 March. You can see some supports here. So it sometimes matches with the previous support resistance. And that can also give you some extra confirmation, extra source of confidence that the market may reach there and retrace backwards. Yeah, because it's all about psychology. Yeah, it's all about psychology because yeah, we can't really tell what can happen in the market. It may go up and down, we're not sure. No matter how strong a trend looks like, sometimes for no reasons, the market just retraces. So that's why I say, and this is actually one of my realization, success in trading, is that we better control what we can control. You know, people tend to control what they cannot control. But if we focus on what we can control, then everything else can be done automatically. And profit should be brought to you is my idea. And so what you cannot control is, for example, the market direction. You never know which way the market goes. Even if you have tons of knowledge about Ichimoku or price action or anything like that, the market, no reasons to trace backwards. So technically speaking, you can't predict the future, you can't predict the market directions, and this is uncontrollable. But what you can control is where to enter the market, or to exit the market, or to put the stop loss, how many risk per trade you take, how many pips to stop loss you take, and how to manage these stop losses. These parts you can control. And if you master these parts that you can control, then you can get success in the long run. Yeah, before I was focusing on what I cannot control. And then I failed. And that's why I say this right now. Okay, so looks like this is over 1 hour now. So I guess I will end the live in about 5 minutes. But yeah, so quick discussion, quick free talk. So this is Friday, so happy Friday to everyone first, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead. So for me, I think, yeah, I have been trading for the last almost 9 years. Time flies, 9 years. I can't believe myself. I've been trading 9 years, but the first 3 years was a loss. My first 2 years were loss, and from the third year, I started to be profitable. So that was a long journey, 3 years. But it's like riding a bicycle. Like once you can make profits over time, then you can come back to the age where you were losing. You can't really come back. It's like riding a bicycle or riding a car. When you drive a car, when you drive a bicycle first time, you didn't know what to do, and you might trip over, you might have some injuries. But once you are able to drive the bicycle, then you can't never trip over unless you get accident. You can't trip over, you have no injuries. And I think it's same in trading. So, so the key concept is not to give up. Yeah, you can be success until you take effort to be successful. So, yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today's live stream, and I will see you on the next one tomorrow. I will do the live on Saturday about some psychology or money management related topics. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, until I see you then, please stay healthy and stay safe and stay gold. All right, bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.